Hoi, it's louisity again, and for this video I'm going to be doing another episode of my series where I recommend books to NCT members. Hooray! So I decided to pick one of my favorite NCT U units in NCT 2020, and that would be the 90s Love unit, because of course my ultimate bias Mark Lee's there. But just a little bit of a warning for this video, I'm not going to be including Mark Lee since I already recommended books to him quite in the first episode. So I will be recommending books to the rest of the 90s Love NCT U unit. So basically those that I've mentioned in NCT Dream, and I think I already mentioned Hatchin' and 10 during the first episode. So you can check out that video, I'll be linking it down below. So yeah, let us begin sharing books to the 90s Love unit. First off is Win-Win. Now, as far as I know, Win-Win read The Alchemist, and I felt like he is going to be enjoying other works by Paulo Coelho, so I thought maybe Paulo Coelho might be his cup of tea. So I decided I'm going to be recommending him books by Paulo Coelho that he might also enjoy. Now, The Alchemist is very known for its words of wisdom, all throughout the narrative. There are a lot of things that you can pull out and kind of ingest, and of course absorb and take it with you whenever you go through life. And it's very helpful to your mind and the way that you decide on things. So I thought about the book that really has also a lot of words of wisdom, and that would be The Pilgrimage by Paulo Coelho. Now, unlike The Alchemist, this is more of a biographical novel, so it's kind of you read it as a novel, but it is a biography, or better yet to say an autobiography, because it is Paulo Coelho's journey is being talked about here. So self-written about life, so that's supposed to be autobiography. But anyway, so yeah, I think that Win-Win is going to be enjoying The Pilgrimage, and hopefully he can make some comparisons, or at least he would pick out something that would be very helpful not only to himself but to his fans or any other person that's going to be around him. And this one, it is not necessarily quote unquote words of wisdom book, if that makes any sense. It's not it's pretty much a narrative of how quirky life can be, and that would be Veronika Decides To Die. So this follows the story of Veronika, who decided to commit self-harm, but she ends up being in a facility. So by the way, take note of that, I just mentioned self-harm. So yeah, so this book kind of revolves about life and all that, and I think that Win-Win is going to be enjoying in a manner where he would go along with the story and find it very impacting. And it's kind of a relatively a thinner one. This is almost as thick as The Alchemist, so I think that he would be able to breeze through and kind of squeezes in his schedules. And I know that Win-Win is going to be having an acting career, so that's really great for him. So yeah, if ever that he encounters a similar character here, he might be able to kind of embody or internalize that character with the help of this book. So yeah. For Sung Chen, I'm thinking about recommending him a book about sports, and I'm going to recommend Playing for Pizza by John Grisham. Now, this follows the story of our main character, who is already having challenges with his career in the NFL, so he decides to play American football in Italy, specifically in Parma, Italy, and he gets to join a football team. Now, this book, of course, tackles about the challenges of working in Italy, or rather playing in Italy for an American football game, or in an American football team. And also this dealt with loyalty, because his agent has an offer overseas or outside of Italy that's kind of luxurious or lucrative, so it kind of challenged or tested their loyalty towards each other. So although as far as I know Sung Chan plays soccer, But I think that even if it's a different sport, it is something that would be, you know, captivating for Sunshine. It wouldn't be like too much of an adjustment, you know, in terms of like consuming a narrative. Yang Yang, who is one of my bias records, or like bias runner-ups, or bias, or oh yeah, I also call my bias records as bias wrecking balls. I think I've mentioned it in my previous videos and, you know, the book recommendations to NCT members in the previous episodes. Yes, I think I mentioned that. But anyway, Yang Yang, a bias wrecking ball. Yeah, and by the way, I did mention in the previous video that Jason is also a bias wrecking ball. But anyway, so Yang Yang has like this fun, cute personality, and I want to recommend him like a fun book, but at the same time, there are some like deep or contemplative thoughts that go with it. And I'm going to talk about Will Grayson by John Green and David Levithan. This follows the story of two Will Graysons. One is like, he is kind of like figuring out his, you know, relationship or friendship with his friend, you know, and how do they really have each other. And also we follow another Will Grayson who is suffering from this depression and who is queer, and they get to suddenly meet each other and kind of like, you know, in some way it was able to connect because the other Will Grayson's friend's queer, and then like he was able to connect him to the other Will Grayson. And it was just a fun book because it was like very cute, but at the same time it dealt with like what love is, what friendship is, you know, and like what one wants happen in life, how to really fight for your goals, whether, you know, your personal ones or towards other people. I just found it like a great balance. Nothing like groundbreaking or shattering, but I just think that it was a great balance of both fun and at the same time something that is thought-provoking or contemplative. And yes, I think that that would be suitable for Yang Yang, so I hope Yang Yang is going to enjoy it, you know. And yeah, I think it wouldn't be too much for Yang Yang to take in. I think he is just going to, you know, take it as something that he can relax with. Feel free to comment down below what are the books that you will be recommending to Win Win, Sung Chen, Yang Yang, and also feel free to comment down below if you've read any of these books and what you've thought about them, and also if you have any intentions of reading them. And also feel free to comment down below who among the members of NCT would you like me to recommend books to. So I hope you folks like this video. If you've made it this far, leave a ram emoji because that is the symbol for Yang Yang, my bias wrecking ball. So yep, that's about it. I hope you folks liked this video, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, click that subscribe button and hit that little bell icon somewhere down there to keep yourselves posted about my videos. And I'll also be putting down links and handles of my social media accounts, so feel free to check me out and follow me there as well. As always, thank you super much for watching. Always be thankful and unleash the reader in you. Bye y'all.